first half of the season. Here we are coming up on the All-Star break. Shaq, for guys that are in a groove, could this disrupt their rhythm?
You know, veterans know how to keep things rolling, Ernie. Some younger guys could be affected mentally because you know those young guys, they don't concentrate anyway. They have ADHD, ADD, APD, AUD, DOD, DAD, and all the other Ds.
E-I-E-I-O.
No doubt. With a knick-knack paddywhack. If you're on a hot streak and it's for real, it doesn't matter. It's going to continue. And if you're kind of this team that when things don't go well and then all of a sudden you start to struggle, then it's not real, Ernie. But I think this one's real.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. We're going to see you later.
Yo, go get him, man.
Seems like we've been here before. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. And we welcome you to this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports with Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. This is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. We're in San Antonio. The Spurs with home court playing here at the AT&T Center, winning their last 3 games. They'd like to make that 4 in a row here tonight.
Well, they played extremely well during this win streak, Kevin, but right now they're in the midst of a game that might not continue. The team they're facing wants to end the streak that they're on right now.
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Brent, we've got great front courts in this matchup. Since you played, both forward positions have evolved and become a little bit different.
You ever think, Kevin, about some of the great players in the 80s and 90s that had the skill set to do some of the things that we're asking of today's players?
Good point.
That might have been great. And I'm thinking like guys like Detlef Schrempf that were out there and doing things where people said, "There's a 6'11" guy getting away with that." Well,
let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Down low, it's Randall and Davis. Patrick Beverly out there with Holiday, and it's AI in at the 3. Davis finds Holiday. Clock at 4. It's stolen by DeRozan. A finish, and the dunk by DeRozan.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
Now here's Beverly. Here's the pass to AI. And that one is off. Nice D from DeRozan. Shoots. And Young with the basket on the assist from DeRozan. Young's got his second bucket.
Awesome at shooting off the dribble there. Young, you have to keep your hand up when he has the ball.
Davis looking for an opening. New Orleans moving it around. AI can't hit. Gay kicks to Murray. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's take a moment now to recognize a player who has been incredible lately, and it's earned him Western Conference Player of the Month.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
Now here's Randall after the miss from AI.
Yeah, offense sputtering just a bit here, 1 for 4 in the game.
Young against Beverly. Young outside, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for DeMar DeRozan. averaging 23 points per game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And impressive numbers, no doubt. It's the kind of run we've come to expect from him.
Synergy, all elements right now working together, and the game is coming so easy right now.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Inside, here's AI, and AI throws it down.
Oh, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
San Antonio leading. Young pass to Murray. Over Holiday. Misses off the right iron.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time. Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
New Orleans shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
Free throw, no good for AI. And Anthony Davis, a great defender by most measurements, but you know, Brent, some feel his defensive development has plateaued the last few years.
He still gets a lot of blocks over 2 a game for his entire career thus far, and he doesn't have the same impact that he once did, but you know, guys are shooting a lot more three-point shots, Kevin, so if you can find a way for AD to get from the lane out to a Steph Curry 28-footer, Alvin Gentry's listening.
And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the New Orleans Pelicans, trailing by 2. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts.
Yeah, Beverly doing a good job of reading not just his defender, but the secondary defender in that pick and roll.
Now Murray. He had 10 points in the win against Brooklyn. Young with no one around. San Antonio with the new 24. Kicks to Gay over Davis. That's good from Gay on the assist from Young.
Adept at converting at the mid-range. Rudy Gay, when he gets room to shoot, he's not going to think about it 2 times.
Beverly looking around. Here's AI. And AI throws it down.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Rosen dishes to Young. Back to DeRozan. Pass to Murray. He feeds it to Gay. And the jam by Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay not messing around that time on the inside, getting up quickly and all the way to the rim.
And Holiday kicks to Beverly. To the middle. Here's AI. And AI throws it down.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
Here's DeRozan, and another basket for San Antonio.
And just love seeing Young share the ball. When he's focused on involving his teammates, it just makes everyone better.
Now here is Holiday. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And AI throws it down.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
The Spurs have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's DeRozan. That one, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. AI in the post. DeRozan defending. Here's AI. Makes it off the glass. AI's got 14.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Here's Young. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 12 on field goal attempts so far. Randall kicks to AI. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Murray with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. It's Young on the wing. Over Beverly. San Antonio again missing. Pelicans leading by 4. Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk to Greg Popovich.
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys. We're going to use it. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. You can see it all over the league. Injuries, Brent, beginning to affect some teams, but it's hard to pay your stars and maintain a deep bench all under the salary cap. It's a very difficult dance to do.
This is why sitting next to you as a broadcaster is a really less stressful thing to do. Rather than be a general manager in the league.
Yeah.
So hard to make.
But you could be a general manager in this league.
Maybe at some point, Kevin, but right now I'm enjoying this seat with you. And I'm wondering how it is if some of these teams can get creative with cap analytics guys and their strategy, how much they want to press forward given some of the restrictions of what you can do with your roster. But we know the more players you have that can step in and be ready, these deeper teams during the regular season usually pile up a few more wins than those that don't have that approach. Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
New Orleans moving it around. AI in the post. DeRozan defending, and it drops once again. The bucket from AI.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And the basket by DeRozan.
And when Hurdle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now here's Peyton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. This is it to AI. And he lays it straight in.
And jumping out like this, man, you automatically start thinking blowout.
Up by double digits already, and no sign of let up.
DeRozan with it. He's guarded by AI. Over AI, and it's blocked, but he recovers it. Berton's shot is good. Berton's got his first points of the game.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Clark kicks to AI. And AI throws it down.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
And if you check out the strategy, you can see already the plays that they're calling. Feels like they found a weakness or two in the defense.
Now here's White. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Knocks it loose. Hurdle gets to DeRozan. 4 on the clock. This one for 3. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Lots of room. And he hits the jumper for 2. DeRozan's got 8.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Pass to Clark. AI in the post. DeRozan defending. A nice shot by AI.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Spurs trail by 10. Outside, White. The pass to DeRozan. Over AI. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
the inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
AI with the bucket. AI's got 30.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Here is Forbes. He's coming off a 10-point game against Brooklyn. Berton's shot is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here is Payton. AI in the post. DeRozan defending. And AI throws it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
DeRozan. That one off the back iron and out.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here is Forbes. For him. Shoots the three. The shot, no good. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We come back right after this.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. New Orleans making some changes here. Here's Gay, and it's denied. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Patrick Beverly, Randall out there with Diallo. Then it's AI, and it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. AI in the post, and he drops in the layup off the glass. AI's got 36.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Patrick Beverly grew up in the west side of Chicago. He said it was a pretty rough high school to go to, Brent.
John Marshall Metropolitan, and he was the head of a 1-2-2 full court press where he just racked up a bunch of steals. Can you imagine just not getting the ball ever over half court? That's because Patrick Beverly was up there playing defense.
Randall with the bucket.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Murray kicks to Aldridge. Young taking his time here. Back to Aldridge. Goes back up. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
High-level offensive rebounder. Aldridge has the wingspan and timing to get to those.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
Here's AI, and AI throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. 9-point game. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. Gay drives in. Second chance effort. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Randall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Down low. And another one.
Once again, he's hit the 40 mark as he has been nothing short of stellar all season long.
And now he has moved into third all-time for most 40-point games in a single season.
Well, Jordan was able to put up 40 points an incredible 37 times back in '87, but that mark has been passed. What a special year.
It's Young on the wing. The three-pointer, no good. Last game for the Spurs, they pick up the W against Brooklyn. Holiday, the pass to Diallo. AI, right side. Again, the Pelicans score.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Holiday against Murray. Feeds it to Gay. And yes, it's good. Gay's got 4 points in the quarter.
That's too easy. A player of Rudy Gay's scoring prowess, he's salivating on shots like that.
Now, here's AI. He's covered by Gay. Here's AI. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Using his length well on defense, Rudy Gay working hard, swats that one away.
And he gets it again. Shot good from AI. AI's got 44.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Back to Aldridge. Gets it to fall from the right block. Aldridge has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Nuggets put on a show. Just a staggering number of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. I mean, but we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
And the great players are never satisfied. We'll see what he does in the next one.
And AI throws it down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that
A
dunk?
nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Young dishes to Murray. Back to Young. He kicks it to Forbes. 5 to shoot. Shot left block. The Spurs rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Here's AI, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that does it for the first half of play.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from AI.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really value each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Gay and Aldridge are up front. Murray out there with Young. And it's DeRozan and it's small forward. And Beverly kicks to AI. Gay against Davis. No good from Gay.
I like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
And got it! Another basket.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Young. Outside DeRozan. Launches a 3, and the 3 ball is good. DeRozan's got 13.
And the
good sign for sure. We all know Young can shoot it, but I like seeing him dish it as well.
AI in the post. DeRozan defending. A nice shot by AI. AI's got 52 points. Spurs trail by 14. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Outside DeRozan. And the three off target.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Davis finds Randall. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
I mean, this is Anthony Davis. He can do everything for you. Leadership, this guy is as complete as it gets.
The big changes in defensive rules happened right in the middle of your playing days. How did people initially react to this?
Well, a lot of guys had 3 quick fouls, Kevin. Because they're out hand checking and pushing guys around. And they say, what do you mean I can't do this anymore? I get paid to push guys around. But after a little while, obviously, guys stepping off and understanding positions on the floor where you could get away with more physical play than you can out in front with point guards, obviously, and having refs' eyes on them or down on the block.
On the wing, DeRozan over AI. And it's DeRozan missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
AI in the post. DeRozan defending. And AI throws it down.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
Yeah, I think they have been winning the battle of shot selection here in the second half, and that's led to an excellent shooting percentage from the field.
San Antonio calls timeout. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Hurdle comes in for Rudy Gay, and it's White in for Murray. White the pass to Young. He dishes it to Pirtle. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Now, good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Randall. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Payton kicks to Clark. Dishes to AI. DeRozan brings the double team and stolen by Aldridge. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Passes it to Aldridge. Outside, White. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Clark. Now Davis. White covering. Shot from the wing. 2 points. That one goes. And the Pelicans lead by 19.
And really, Anthony Davis can knock it down from anywhere on the floor. He continues to improve his range as his career goes on.
It's stolen by Davis. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Bertanis, he's checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Young. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. Johnson against White, right wing. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Yeah, no question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
And AI throws it down.
And so far tonight, he's been the game's leading scorer. Just got into a groove, and no one's found a way to get him out of it.
White the pass to Pirtle. kicks to DeRozan. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And yep, another basket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Pelicans.
And the front court really has been getting the job done, scoring the lion's share of the points and really causing all sorts of problems for the opponent. They are a big-time key in why they have such a nice lead to this point.
The pass to White. Lets it go with the three. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Here's AI, and AI throws it down.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. White against Johnson. And DeRozan kicks to Pirtle. Pocket 6. Bounce pass Mills. Pirtle with the ball. Working on Plumlee. Here's DeRozan. That 3 off the mark.
That's like milk on a hot day. Just a bad decision. Absolutely no reason for him to be taking those shots.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Marcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became apparent that it really was me. He'd been in the league for 9 years. I'm not going to turn him into some other player. That was just silly. So we took care of it, and he's been fantastic. Guys?
That's why Pop is the best in the business, DA. He's always going to figure it out. Thanks. To the paint. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
A chance to check out AI here. The past month has been surreal. 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
And Mills kicks to Bertans. The shot will not fall. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. To the inside. And AI throws it down.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
San Antonio's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Pirtle dishes to DeRozan. Outside, White. Pass to Pirtle. Mills in the corner. And shot on the way. They get it back. And it's White missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
AI passes to Plumlee. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Yeah, that's a tough call. But that's how they saw it.
The Spurs making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Here's Payton. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And Brett, of course, you won a championship with the Spurs back in 2005 and 2007. Talk about the differences between those two teams.
Well, the similarities are more what I would go with, Kevin. 2005, it was a year where we leaned on Timmy a ton to beat a very physical, rough and rugged Pistons team who had won 6 Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe Manu Ginobili was the MVP of that series, by the way. And in 2007, the younger guys had grown up. We beat the Cavs 4-0, and that was LeBron James just putting on a show to get into the Eastern Conference Finals, beating that same Detroit team.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Johnson. And DeRozan kicks to Forbes. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. DeRozan's got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big time mistake.
Passes to AI. That one, no good. Nice D from DeRozan. White drives in. Dish now to DeRozan. The 3 from Bertans. Plumlee with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Payton. Softly drops in the floater. Payton's got 5.
A little soft touch from Elfrid Payton. A little tricky there with the floater.
Here is Forbes. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jakob Poeltl. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Holiday's checked in. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight. Free throw good. AI. We've heard Coach Steve Kerr say the power forward position as we knew it is disappearing. You could say that maybe about the center position too.
I don't want to say that about the center position. What I want to tell you, Kevin, in my humble opinion, is that the center position has changed.
It's evolved.
So, yeah, I don't want to say that it's just disappeared, because there are players out there that are playing that position and doing a lot of the things that you would qualify as center-centric. Screening, going down to the block, rim running to the post, being an option down low. But it's definitely changed.
But now we're seeing him go out and defend smaller guys in the perimeter, taking threes, and that's what's weird for your eyes to just kind of absorb what's going on.
Well, it's weird to absorb not only that and what those players individually are asked to do, but when you're at a game and you're sitting in the stands and all of a sudden you see 5 guys that are outside the three-point line. I mean, go back to the game in the 80s. It's the exact opposite. It was like, you know, a bunch of ants on top of a lost candy bar sitting in the lane, gnawing at one another.
Right.
It's just changed. So the center position, not disappeared, just changed.
Here's DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Randall's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well, when your guards are willing to go in there to the hoop like Drew Holiday, it's a huge confidence boost for the rest of the team.
Murray kicks to Forbes. Gay outside. Just 5 on the clock. Here's DeRozan. Pelicans with the rebound. Now here's Beverly. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Spurs. Well, Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for Pert. Young is subbed in for Bryn Forbes. Gay outside. Murray outside. The kick out to Young. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assist. 11 points for Marcus Young.
And that's a shot he can make. Give Young room to shoot it from the perimeter, and he'll make you pay.
Pass to AI. Another bucket. Wow. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Young against Holiday. Young with the ball. He's got 11. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here. Offensive rebound. Aldridge. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Aldridge has got 9. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. So the Pelican 5 right now. They've got Julius Randle. AI is out there with Wood. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Holiday in at the 2 guard. A nice shot by AI.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Spurs shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Young outside. DeRozan in the corner. Second chance shot. And that one's good by Aldridge.
There's that 7'5" wingspan coming into play. Aldridge easily making that look inside.
Outside Holiday. AI right side. Down low. Stolen by Gay. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Randall's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And AI throws it down.
Enjoyed that unselfish play from Holiday for that swing pass to the open teammate.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Now Murray. And DeRozan kicks to Aldridge. Knocked away. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Beverly with the ball. That one goes in.
Good route there from Beverly in transition. So quick and then really decisive on his line to the basket.
The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Young finds Aldridge. Stolen by Holiday. Here's Randall. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists in the game.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you can turn it up.
Back to Aldridge. And Aldridge slams it in.
Not just a great shot maker these days. Aldridge can still throw it down on you if you let him get all the way in.
And Beverly kicks to Randall. Here's AI. And DeRozan sends it back. Beverly against Murray. Aldridge. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Aldridge has got 6 points in the quarter.
You can't be frustrated at him tonight. He's doing his job. I'd like to see his guys step up a little more.
AI in the post. DeRozan defending.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope. Up and in with a one-hand finish. The most basic possible. Wants to get it to Gay, and does. And the shot is good.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
AI in the post. DeRozan defending. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Turn away. And Holiday, here we go. Shoots over White. And again, no good by New Orleans. San Antonio's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. And Young kicks to Aldridge. The pass to White. Now here is Pirtle, guarded by Holiday. Here's DeRozan. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the way up. DeRozan's got 23 points.
Love how skilled Pirtle is. So good at getting the ball over to the open teammate.
Holiday, the pass to Beverly. Back to Holiday. Six to shoot. Here's Davis. DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. DeRozan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Fires from deep. Here's Pirtle. Out to White. Outside DeRozan. Oh, good on the 3.
Might want to stop shooting from out there right now because it's just not working. He needs to look to get his teammates involved at this point in the game.
Holiday finds Beverly. AI in the post. DeRozan defending. Good on the bucket.
So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
Young passes to Aldridge. Now Young. Spurs working the ball around now. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for AI.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
Again, New Orleans turns it over. And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's check. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. And we'll see you next time.
Needed that one. Big win, fellas. Man, that was on fire. Keep it up.